It is, hey, Friday, August 19th. I should always know that in advance before I start talking, but I always forget. I always get kind of wrapped up in playing something. I'm sure you recognize that. It's only a hint as to, actually no, don't even take it as a hint yet. But we did have something by Harry this week. And so I got to tell you that this has of course been one of the highest requested songs that we haven't gotten to a lesson yet on for a long time. Cats in the Cradle is of course been hanging out there. That's the one we did the lesson on. That was of course not Cats in the Cradle. I'm sure you know what that was. It was Harry's first big hit, and we might have to do a lesson on that someday, except there's something unusual about it. It wasn't in that key originally. He changed keys. That's how it went. And then took it up to D. But I digress. I'll tell you more about that if and when I ever get around to a lesson on a few more Harry Chapin tunes. So anyway, otherwise it's been a pretty varied week. It's really varied, I would have to say. I hope everybody's kind of we're definitely trying to branch out a little bit more. So still had a couple cowboy tunes because I'm trying to make sure that every week we get up something that's fairly easy, and I got a few more of those. Kind of on the burners, so I'll let you know if that really materializes or not. Well, you'll know if it does or if it doesn't. So stay with me on this one. Anyway, had a couple of traditional old cowboy tunes. We had Down in the Valley and Bury Me Not on the Lone Prairie. So and also looked at a fairly contemporary song, at least from the 2000s, I think, maybe a little earlier, right around 2000. The Corrs. Angel Irish band. So I'm sure some of you knew about them. I'm sure a lot of you didn't, but they are fabulous. Great vocals, great instrumentation between penny whistle or tin whistle and the violin, and then some cool guitar playing. So hope you got a chance to check out the lesson on Angel. So that was our target additions this week. I've been messing with some flashy instrumentals. Never mind. Don't want to give that one away just yet. But I'm sure you figured out what it is. So we're thinking about, as I mentioned last week, I'm thinking of some I guess I gotta finish it now. One of the first tunes that brought me to ragtime guitar playing. Old string band tune from the turn of the last century called Dallas Rag. So, I shouldn't have given it away. So anyway, been practicing and having a lot of fun playing my old stuff. But getting back to what happened in the Target program this week, we had a few student reviews. How's it go? That is a pretty cool tune, known by originally, of course, as the Ivory Salamander, but you may recognize it from the Doobie Brothers album, The Captain and Me. It was a short little instrumental that Pat Simmons put together as a tune he learned from the guy that gave us both guitar lessons, and it was written by by Al's friends, who now goes by the name of James Page. Not the same, who you're thinking. So anyway, we took a look at that, and we also had a first-time uploader put up the Dave Matthews tune, Where Are You Going? So a couple of those, and then I really appreciate the feedback on the forum about the fly on the wall things, because as you've noticed, we've been starting to put up more of them, and the more you keep telling me you like them, the more we'll keep them happening. I really want to thank my few students who are all okay with this. I'm sure you're all starting to get to know Fred a little bit, and Ed. This week we took a look at Fred working on Me and Bobby McGee, and Ed working on improvising with Down by the River, and just talking about playing leads and some things like that. But I'm sure you've seen a lot of the videos by Sandy and Kevin And then of course we've had our target members who have managed to make a trip out here to Northern California and drop by and do a little. And I really appreciate the fact that the few folks who've done that have been up to the fly on the wall contributions. So Scott and Matt particularly, and the recent ones. So. And what else? Speaking of Matt B, I want everybody to try to keep him in your thoughts again and take a look at the Matt B versus Cancer blog, kind of keeping an update on what's happening with him. As if you've been following it, you know he's been out in Texas, and I think he's heading home back on his way home right now, I hope. And we hope to be getting some videos done with him again, kind of in the near future. So I think that is it for. Oh, wait a minute! There is one big thing. TG Live tomorrow. How could I forget that? It fell off my radar because I'm getting by day to day right now. But tomorrow at noon California time. I'm still assuming that would be 8 o'clock in the UK and 9 o'clock over in Europe. Most of it. A little later. Heading out further that way, and once again, very early in the morning for everybody down under. But that's the way it goes. We'll have it up as you know. It'll be up and available on in just a few days for all our target members. And so I really also appreciate you getting questions in. I've seen a couple of them, and there are just some great ones in there. So we will definitely address some of the stuff that people are asking about, how to hit the right bass notes and some things like that. Although I might have just made that one up because that's something I was thinking about for a song I was thinking about doing. Can't give too many of those away. So anyway, TG Live, and there's information on the forum thread that talks about how to log in and all that kind of stuff. So be sure to check that out. And again, it's only for target members, and it'll be up in a few days. But the general format is Matt and I will be here going through questions and answering as many of them as I can think of answers to. And the best way to get a question answered, if you have one, is to put it in the forum, because that's what we'll do first. Then if we have time, we'll kind of like open it up to the folks that are online, and well, we'll make room for. We'll definitely have room for some last minute requests. But let's see, anything else I need to tell you about? I've been thinking about doing a lesson on this one too. What do you think? Sounds like a lot of little songs. It's sort of a generic little finger picking song. It is, of course, I can't tell you what it is, except that I will tell you that the guy that originally did it played it a little faster than that. It was like... So I have students work on this sometimes to work on those fast twitch muscles if they want to play like Leo. Anyway, so that might be coming up. Working on some instrumentals again, trying to keep everything as varied as possible. So I hope everybody's staying up with the recommend a lesson threads, and because again I keep a close eye on that as we're looking at songs. And I think until next week, no, until tomorrow when we'll see you live, I'm out of here. Once I had a capo with the 3rd fret, I thought, what the heck, might as well play a little genre and more. See you next week.